copy out those two fractions there, please? Could you show me just 5 more on this side, and then I'm happy, and then you can move on to comparing. Pardon? Yes. Right, have you, come on, let's copy out these fractions on here. Right, so you've got 2/3, right. What number is a multiple of 3 and 4? 12. So we're going to turn them into 12s, aren't we? Just to check. So we're going to turn them into 12s. Okay? Right. So we've got 2/3 here. So what do we times 3 by to get to 12? 4. So we need to times the top by 4 as well, don't we? So what's 2 times 4? Right, 8. And then you need to work out this one. How do we get from 4 to 12? Times by 3, so you need to do 3 times 3. And then now you can compare. Which one's bigger, 8 12s and 9 12s? Brilliant. So we're going to 27 because you're doing 3 times things. Brilliant. What's 3 times what equals 27?
9.
3 times 9. Then you should have done 2 times 9, shouldn't you? What's 2 times 9? 18. So that's not 6 27s, it's 18 27s. That's why you're struggling. Yeah, right. How do we get from 9 to 27? By times in? 9 times 3. Brilliant. So that's 27. So we need to do the same by the top, which is 8 by 3. What's 8 by 3? 28 times by 8 times by 3, yeah? Brilliant. So which one's now bigger? 18 27s or 24? 27. That one. Brilliant. So that confirms it, doesn't it? Because you've only got 18 27s there, and you can see that you've got a lot more pizza here than here, haven't you? So that one's bigger. Right. So you're going to do that on your own. Louisa, your job now is to work with Joe and explain how you worked out that, and see if Joe can get to that point as well. Brilliant. So just stop a second. Sit down, I'll tell you what you're going to do. All right. Hands on heads. Hands on shoulders. Fold your hands. I don't want to interrupt you for too long because I know you're starting to get into it, but I just want to do a quick check. So we've got our chili challenge over here. Okay, now I know some of you started here, some of you started here, some of you started here. Okay, because some of you are already confident with finding equivalent fractions. In fact, most of you are confident with finding equivalent fractions. Have a think, have a focus. I'm going to give you 10 seconds. How did you start and how many jumps have you done so far? If you've only done 1 jump, if you've done no jumps, if you've done 2 jumps. Have a think, 10 seconds. And then show me with your fingers. How many jumps have you made? How much progress have you made so far in this lesson? So Lindsay, I can see you've done 0 at the moment. So what are you doing now and what do you need to do next in order to start making some progress?
I'm ordering now, so I need to try and explain what my understanding.
Explain your understanding. Now you can do that there with what you're doing. So every time you complete a question, you can start to explain how you got to it, the method that you used. But also, if you go back to the tray over there and the chili challenge, there's an activity there that forces you to think about explaining your understanding for some true or false statements and that type of thing for you. Okay? So when you're confident with that ordering, do a few of those ordering, explain your understanding with that as well, so you're already thinking about that, but then move on. Okay? Who else thinks they're getting to a point where they think they can move on to the next stage? Hannah?
I think I can move on to ordering.
Ordering. Hands up if you think you're ready to move on to ordering. Right, this is what's going to happen. If you're ready to move on to ordering, you're going to come to pick up your work in ordering and move over to this side of the classroom. If you're not ordering and you're still building your confidence with comparing, find a space on this side. Therefore, we'll have our comparers over here and our orderers over here. Now, I know we've got Lindsay over here who's already getting to be an expert at ordering. And I reckon if you work together, we can have a go at ordering. I'm going to come back in 5 minutes and see how we're doing. And if we need to, we can work together on the board, but have a go together first, and then we'll come back to it. So now I'm looking for people starting to make the jump. So I'm going to ask you again in 15 minutes' time, and I should be able to see people that were like this, doing this or this, and people like this, doing this or this, doing lots of jumps, making lots of progress. You ready to go? I said you ready to go? Yeah. Okay, right, you okay over here at the moment? Have you got your sheet? Okay, I think So these two numbers aren't going well together, are they? We need to times them both together to make a bigger number. What did you create? 27ths. So she made 27ths because she knows that 3 times 9 is 27. Yeah? Okay? What do you times by 3 to make 27? 9. So 9 times 2. Hannah, where are we up to? 18. Brilliant. So now we're going from 8 ninths. You've gone, how do you get from 9 to 27? Times by 3, so you need to do 8 times 3, which is what? Good boy. So now which one's bigger? Yeah. Brilliant. And you can see that's a lot more. I know you made a mistake there, but you can see how much you had there compared to there. That is obviously a lot bigger, isn't it? And you've worked that out and you've proven that with that. Okay? Right, this is what you're going to do. You're going to do this. On the other side, then it's the same activity, but rather than using circles, it's chocolate bars, and it's split up in that. Still colouring, still working out your equivalent fractions underneath to prove it to me. Okay? You happy doing that? Work together to do it. Yes? Yeah. You tell me. Have you spoke to Azra about it? But it shouldn't matter what she's done, you can still have a quick check, can't you? Yeah? Have a quick check together. How confident are you feeling? Right, so start doing on to compare ordering now, yeah? Not all of it, as much as you need to do to practice and make sure you're confident with it. Yeah? Copy, use it, go do it into your books. You don't have to cut it out and stick it in, just use the sheets to copy out into your book. Yeah? If you think one's really difficult as well, look at a different one and start off with one that looks simpler to you. Yeah, because I know multiplications, so you might go like, I know 2s, 4s and 8s are, for me, easier to work with. So use those first and then start to challenge yourself further by picking out different questions that look more difficult. Mm-hmm. How much do you think you have to do? To G, you think? Why G? When will you be confident with that method? So that's the question I want to ask. So if you've done 5 and you're really confident with it, then move on. If you need to do 10 to be confident with it, then do 10. Right, go and work with Louisa and Joe. Finn, I'm talking to you. These chocolate bars, yeah? Joe and Louisa were working on these as well. So you go and work with them and have a chat with them about it, okay? Guys, we want to come ordering now, yeah? Yes. Yeah. How are we feeling about this? Are we okay with it? Or do you want to... So-so? Would it benefit for me to do one on the board for you and then we'll go back? Okay. Okay, listen carefully. Orderers, if you're ordering but you want to come and join me, I'm going to show and go through 1 or 2 examples on the board and we'll do it together. So if you want to, bring your whiteboard and just come and perch yourself over here and we'll have a chat. If you're confident and that's fine, you carry on. If you want to, you think you can work it out yourself, then I'm happy. Abdullah, how are you doing? Good? Where are you up to? The ordering? Comparing. Yeah, here at the moment? Alright, so I'm going to grab a question Oh, what was this? 1/2, 2/3, 3/4. 1/2, 2/3. Oh, man, just read that question out for me. Yeah, 1/2. No, the one on the right hand side. 1/2. This one.
1/2.
Yeah.
2/3.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think the use 3/1 use case.
So final one? 4. Brilliant. Okay. So, why do you think I chose this question? Because I didn't start from the first one. Why do you think I chose this question to start off with? Yeah, for me, I think to start off with, I've chosen this question because I'm confident with my 2 times table, my 3 times table, my 4 times table, and my 5 times table. Yeah? If I'm looking at a number and go 18, I'm like, oh, okay, I'll leave that for a minute. I'll come back to it because I need to challenge myself, but to get myself into the groove, I'm going to choose simple numbers to start off with, so I'm working just on my method, okay? So I've got 1/2, 3/4, 2/3, 3/4, 4/5. Can anyone see and think of a denominator, this one here, that we could choose that all of these go into? Am I going to think of 2? Would that work? Does 5 go into 2? No, it needs to be bigger than 5, doesn't it? Why wouldn't 5 work? I couldn't pick 5, could I? 15? 20? Would that work? No. So I need to be an even number. Yeah? It needs to be my 3 times table. Think of an even number that's in the 3 times table. 12 would be, but it's not in the 5 times table. It needs to end in a 5 or a 0. 30. Does 4 go into that? 40, does that go into it? You think 60 would work? Happy with 60? Perfect. Okay, let's go for 60 then. And this is the type of conversation that you can have when you go back to your table. Brilliant. 60 would work, wouldn't it? Right, how do I get from 1/2? Who can tell me straight off, without having to work out what's the equivalent of half in 60ths? 30. Leon, why? Half of 60 is 30. 30 is 60. Brilliant. Does everyone agree with that? Thumbs up if you agree, disagree? Arkan, why have you got your thumbs up? Because half of 60 is 30, you're absolutely right. Yeah, brilliant. So I've got 2/3 now. How do I get from 3? What do I have to times by 3 to get to 60? Only Hannah knows. 10 times 3 is 30. And I need to get to 60. Tim?
You can only see the half of 60 is 40, so there's 3 by 10.
So what's your answer?
It's gonna be 60.
No, I don't have a whistle.
I think it's gonna be 60 because you can
What's going to be 2/3? How do I times by 3 to get to 60? Times by what? Not times by 10, but times by 20, absolutely. So what's 2 times 20? 4 to 60. How do I get to 4 into 60? You do that? Times by, not times by 40. Times by 10 would be 40. Pardon? Let's work it out. Times by 10 is 40. And 15. Brilliant. How do you know that, Hannah? Explain that to the group because everyone find that challenging.
I know 10 times 4 is 40.
Brilliant.
And then I worked out the...
Yeah, 10 times 4 equals 40. 5 times 4 equals 20. And I know 20 and 40 equal 60 when they're added together. Yes? Happy with that? And then the final one here, 4/5. So how do we get from 5 to 60? What do I times by 5 to get 60? Perla? 12. So I need to do 4 times 12. Fantastic. What am I doing? Sorry. 4 times by 12. What's 4 times by 12? Pardon? We're happy with that? Now, I made a mistake here. I said that 3/4, and no one noticed this, 3/4, 4 times by 15 equals 60, but actually I just put 15 in. I'm not just putting 15 in, I need to do 3 times by 15. What's 3 15s? What's 3 times by 10? 30. 3 times by 5? 30. So it's going to be 45. Now, I'm not sure whether this one's right then now. Am I? River, can you do me a favour? Go and get me a calculator, because again, this is what you can do. If you're not sure your multiplications, this is all to do with finding equivalents. So you're not confident with your multiplication, we can check it. So we said 5 times by 12. Can you just check? I'm just not sure. Just check for me. No, you check for me. So we did 5 times by 12 equals 60. 4 times by 12. I'm just checking though, because you can do this as well. 48, fantastic. So we're right. Okay, sit down. Thank you, River. Right, I'm looking at that now. Can you now on your whiteboards order those fractions for me? Pardon? Smallest to biggest. Yeah. You done it? How are you? Do you think you can have a go at one on your table now? Like you can either do it on your whiteboard or go straight to your book. Off you go. Off you go. Off you go. Yeah. Oh, you've converted it back. Brilliant. One, so you said half is first there. Yeah, they're already in order, aren't they? Brilliant. Off you go. Yeah, absolutely, you can do that. It's fine. Yes. Brilliant. Right, go to get the ordering sheet. Get the ordering sheet from here. Can you work that out? Take all your books off, put them on the red chair, and then work through these as a team on that big piece of whiteboard. So what are you going to do? Do you have to ask me? You have to ask me. Just get on with it. And the ordering, right, these guys are experts. Salma, can you sit with Mary and start to go through how to order fractions for me? You're ready to order as well. Go and sit over there with Lindsay.
Is this correct?
Yeah, happy with that. All right, 3, 2, 1, and stop. Listen carefully, we've got about 10-15 minutes left. Now I know some people are in a transition stage now, moving from comparing to ordering. Particularly I've just done a big group over here. We've looked together through one method of how to work out how to order fractions when the denominators aren't the same. Now some people know some people that are starting to move over there as well. So we've got our experts here. So if you want to come and chat to these guys, okay, on how to work one out, then go for it, okay? Remember, it's the same method as you're comparing, except there's just more to change. So rather than changing 2 fractions and comparing them, you're changing 3 or 4 fractions and ordering them. You're still comparing them, it's just you're putting them from biggest to smallest because there's more of them, or smallest to biggest, okay? Have a look at it. Lindsay is also in the process of developing and explaining her understanding of how you do that and saying whether you're right or wrong. So Lindsay is also a good person to chat to because she's confident with this and she's working on explaining her method to other people and justifying and giving reasons for that. And that will really help Lindsay out as well. And it'll help you out because you're working towards developing this method. Are there any questions? Just to check now, show me how many jumps you've made now. We've got 15 minutes left. How many jumps have you made? Tim, how many jumps have you made? How many chili jumps have you made? Fantastic. I'm seeing 2 people, 1, but I know within this, Louisa, actually, yes, you've compared, but you started off using shapes to help you, and now you're going on to just using and comparing fractions without using shapes, which is brilliant. So actually, you've made a jump within that already. So I'm looking around and everyone's showing that they've learned something new and developing their skills today, which is absolutely brilliant. And we've still got 15 minutes left. Now I want 10 seconds. Where do you want to be by the end? And it could be that you just want to feel more confident at the one you're at. Have a think. 10 seconds. 10 seconds. Where do you want to be in the next 15 minutes? Tell your partner now, please, where do you want to be? Where do you want to be, guys? You explain understanding. And stop. Most important question now. How are you going to get there? It's all well and good saying, oh, I'm going to be there. How are you going to get there? What are you going to do in the next 15 minutes? Are you going to seek some assistance from someone? Are you going to come and see me? Are you going to go and work in a group? Are you going to find someone who's already done that? What are you going to do, or what do you need to do in your book or on your whiteboard to do that? Turn to your partner and tell them, please. Abdullah, where are you up to now? Because I know are we feeling confident with these now? So do you think we're ready to start to comparisons? Yeah? Okay. I want you to move your chair in a minute and sit next to Dennis. Dennis, are you working on explaining now? You want to do some more? Omar, are you explaining? Right, so Omar, can you come and sit here and work through with Abdullah some of the questions, and you can develop your reasoning and explain how to work things out with Abdullah. Okay? All right. Okay, everyone should know what they're doing and how they're going to get there. You've got 10, 15 minutes just to get to that point now. Okay, I'm going to be coming round. If you need some assistance, I'm here. But also, you've got so many experts in the room now doing various things and helping each other out that you almost don't need them anymore. I think I'm going to get sacked by the end of this lesson because I'm not going to have anything to do. Prove it to me. Off you go. Come on.